G'day, I'm Evan and welcome to Gamey Game. Joining me this week, it's Ben Russell.
Don't clap yourself.
I don't like him.
Yeah, you do.
Bec Petraitis.
Yeah.
And Dave Callan.
Scottish.
What? Why would you start with that?
Why not?
I'm not Scottish.
When?
All the time?
Since when?
Since 1496. You fuck. Oh, am I allowed to swear? I forgot. It's been a while. Oh, fucking good.
It has been a while.
Because that guy's a fuck.
Where have you been?
Last time we had you on the show, you were Santa.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. And you bought a costume probably from one of the... I don't mean to be racist, but it was a Chinese shop around here, and it fell apart around the crotch very quickly. Maybe that's my crotch, maybe that's China, I don't know.
It's the power of Dave.
Thank you.
That's what it is. It's not about the poor quality of fabrics.
you're-
It's the power of your
Your
body.
crotch just destroys anything it touches.
As you well know.
Anyway.
Killed my mum.
Oh, sorry. This show's taking a turn very quickly.
Anyway, welcome back, Dave.
Sorry, Mrs. Russell. Yes, hello.
I forgot to introduce 50. Is 50 the... Anyway.
Oh, you don't have to introduce her. She's
No.
a dog.
Is it 50 or 50?
It's whatever you want it to be, baby.
Is your dog named after the Shades of Grey or the Scent Wrapper?
No, her name is 50 Cats.
What? Does that even mean? Why
don't
would you call
know.
a dog 50 cats? It's one dog. Do you have 50 cats and you call them collectively one dog?
She's better than 50 cats. This is
Oh,
her.
hey, 50.
Hello.
This is...
Sup, 50? Get rich or die trying, right? That cat does not... It's a cat or a dog?
It's a dog.
I forget. Okay, doesn't look very gangster. Don't call it 50. Hello. Oh, you're very pretty, actually. Not in a weird way.
Is this distracting?
No, does 50 like playing games?
Hey, do you want to switch? Play Bayonetta.
Here we go.
Oh, bless. Look at your little...
I should do the...
Oh, this is the best episode I've been on. Already.
Sell all your games. Sell your
Good girl.
consoles, buy a
Hello
dog.
you. Hello you. Hello. Oh, you're knocking the Bayonetta stickers. You've ruined the show.
Oh, no.
Someone's
Nah,
ruined.
she understood that they're not worth the price of the special edition. She just wanted to let people know.
I've done some loose episodes of this show.
First up, thanks to everyone supporting us on Patreon.
Haha, Patreon.
I don't know what that is. But for those who picked the $10 award, we've got a bonus mini episode where we talk Bitcoin with Xavier and Naomi and Ben. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun.
You don't know nothing about no cryptos.
Man, I'm a crypto lord.
Okay, what's a blockchain, bitch?
Man, that's where you do big boys in there.
So if you liked last week's episode, then I think you'll probably like that bonus episode when that goes up.
There's more
if you-
Wahlberg, I think.
Yeah.
Hope
There's more Wahlberg.
Yeah, did you...
Even more.
Did you love the amount of Wahlberg in the last episode? Well,
Then you're gonna love that thing. That
I'll tell you
happens.
who won't like it, Gamer SX. He did not like last week's episode because
No.
it was not enough games.
Yeah, which, to
sorry
be
about that.
fair, he was absolutely correct.
That's absolutely right.
good criticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We
if
were
you...
just calling out because he's a good, well observed.
Yeah.
But hopefully today's episode will be a bit more on track.
Yeah.
I
And if-
promise
yeah.
that I will try and talk about a game.
Good
Thanks,
luck,
Ben.
Ben,
If you-
just for a change.
If you want to see our little mini episode about Bitcoin when that goes up, you can sign up to our Patreon and pick the $10 award. You can go to patreon.com/gameygame to sign up for that. Or you can go to gameygame.com/Patreon. Also works if you get confused.
And if you sign up to the $50 Patreon tier, you can get a pictorial set of Ben as Lude Waluigi. And he is basically dressed as Waluigi with his dingus out,
Yeah.
twiddling it a lot. That's what you get.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your photo set
Yes.
with you as Rabid Luigi.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Just like one eye is slightly askew, and my
I mean, just
tongue's
as
hanging
normal.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I look very handsome, my mum said.
You can get my photo set. My photo set's just me going,
Oh, yeah.
and you can, and they go like a triptych
Looking at
sort of
their
thing.
photo set.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
what?
go in the middle and going,
Ugh.
and then you two on the outside.
There is no
Come here,
$50
please.
tier.
Yet.
Please give us $10. We're desperate.
This week on the show, it's all about remakes and remasters, starting with the news that Spyro is getting a remaster for PS4 this year.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Oh, yeah.
Why?
Wow.
Don't care.
That's a big call. Kotaku reported that Vicarious Visions, the studio that remastered Crash Bandicoot, is working on remastering the first 3 games of the Spyro series. Which, Dave, you don't like Spyro? I'm getting a sense that maybe you don't like Spyro.
Bloody Spyro. Look, what's so good about that? Oh, look, I'm a flippin' purple thing that jumps in a fountain. Nah. Why?
I was playing Spyro today on PlayStation. I was just sort of giving it a go because I haven't played it before. And I rescued a dragon named Gavin, and I thought it was a bad name for a dragon.
Yeah, it's a shit name for a dragon. Smog the Magnificent. There's a dragon's name.
No, these are all nice. They're just nice casual dragons who are like, I got stuff to do.
They're just
oh
like
no,
people.
I'm trapped in a
I
statue.
think the shitty Coldplay light band Imagine Dragons have ruined dragons for me. For life. I flippin' hate all dragons now. No, I like them.
This is genuinely one of my favourite games.
Is it really? Okay.
I love this
Because
game.
you know what, Bec, talk us through it because
Yes.
I, personally, was probably slightly too old for, by slightly I mean 20 years, too old for Spyro when it came out. My brothers,
Not a baby,
younger brothers
it's a baby's
did like it.
game.
So tell us, was it one of those kids' games where back then, in like, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s, kids' games were actually really hard? Was it like that or was it a bit easygoing? Was it fun? Why?
I think it was a mix because you did need to. It was a collectathon. There's lots of stuff like you can see. You got to get gems. You got to get
Yeah.
dragon eggs.
Oh,
Yeah, there's eggs you can collect.
You don't
which
look
chase
old enough.
After a boy.
you can
Some
chase
weird
after a boy?
He's
What?
a blue boy and he holds the
Are you-
egg and he runs.
are
And
you
he's
chase-
really scary. He scared me as a kid.
So
It's weird.
So Spyro has feelings for humans?
No. As far
Hates
as I
humans.
know, there are no. I don't remember there being any humans.
Well,
There's
explain the
cheetahs.
blue boy.
So who's the boy?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
well, they're the Norks. I think he's a
Norks? That's a term for boobs.
It is a term for boobs.
That's what I heard.
See, I like to call them baps instead because
like-
it makes me feel less bad.
I like to call them.
Oh no, there are humans. I'm a fucking liar. Look at that. That's a person. That's clearly
Yeah, they're
a
like
person.
wizards or something, right?
What?
Yeah, there's wizards.
They
And
kept killing me.
Why
they-
is
well, no,
very
they're
unimpressed.
farmer dudes.
Why are you being followed by a dragonfly is the question on everyone's lips.
So the dragonfly is your health meter. So you get four hits and then you die. So it's gold and then it goes blue and then it goes green and then it's gone and then you're
That's
dead.
too much to
Oh,
remember.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
It's interesting that this year, like last year, I think everyone agrees is one of the best years for gaming.
No,
And I feel like
that was 1994, bitch.
What came
nobody
out in
remembers that who matters anymore.
I was going to say, what happened then?
But and then this year, it's just like it feels like we've come off such a high into 2018. Where like there are no games out yet, and now what do
Yeah.
we do?
But 2000.
So we're just kind of remaking everything because we're like, oh, we gotta save up, we gotta make some money somehow.
See, I thought this was bringing out Spyro was just another attempt to recapture what 2017 was because you had Crash Bandicoot come out
Sure.
around the same time. So it kind of feels like they're trying to go for that again. And these games, like I was a big fan of Crash Bandicoot, loved the remake. I feel like I will love this too. It's such a calm game. It's such a happy game.
What do you reckon? They're going to grime this up and really make a gritty...
Oh.
Well, that's what
yeah.
they did with Skylanders. Like Skylanders Spyro is kind of like a gritty, like, "Ugh." Like that's cute. Whereas
does it go again?
Skylanders Spyro, "Ugh." And he crawls around like this, like this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like its elbows aren't proper, and
Nah.
its brain is no good.
definitely not.
And
I mean, this
She's
game
right.
looks like...
You're right.
I mean, for me, it's just more kind of that nostalgia coming to eat itself a little bit.
Yeah,
But I'm not attached to this game at all.
If they're going to go to the effort of remastering the 3 games, why not just make another good Spyro game?
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
frustrates me a bit. I wish
exactly.
they would do that.
Yeah.
These games, it's starting to be more like just that guy that sits at the bar just going, man, if I could only go back in time, I'd do tryouts again, I'd make state.
This was a successful line of games.
Sure, but it still feels like, man, you should have seen me back in 2004, I was the best man. I was so good, and you're like, you're just an old piece of shit now. Get out of here, old man.
Did you just call Spyro an old piece of shit man?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but I didn't mean it.
Oh,
Okay.
I took it that way.
Spyro was the first game I had on PlayStation, and we had an actual copy. And then number 2, I think, might have been a dodgy copy. And number 3, I remember, was a dodgy copy.
I'm telling.
And also had, you couldn't play through it because it wasn't cracked properly. And they put extra protection on it so that you couldn't progress.
Extra protection, you know all about that.
Yes.
That's kind of nice.
Oh, that's actually quite
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'm
Well
a
done.
responsible
responsible
adult. I
boy.
don't have
That's
many
good.
Dave Callans, little Dave Callans just scattered around the country. Oh, Papa, I miss Papa. You're 5. I know.
Why do they talk like him if you've never seen them?
Well, it's
It's in the genes.
It's in the
Genetic.
genes, yeah.
Are you suggesting I have lots of children around the land?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No.
That would make
I'm a
a,
virgin. What?
that
if
would make
you
a great
think-
dance troupe, though.
If you
Oh,
think your
yes.
Papa
Yeah.
is Dave Callan, comment below.
Don't, please.
Did you grow a
Wait.
beard at the age of 5?
Yes.
We'll have a big family reunion episode. where you get
Do bagpipes bring a tear to your eye?
Hey, that's fucking rude, bitch. I'm not Scottish.
Please do not call Dave Callan your daddy in the comments, though. That's not what we're asking. That's not what we want.
Is Dave Callan your Papa?
The Nintendo Switch is attracting some great remakes, and the latest are the critically acclaimed hack and slashes Bayonetta 1 and 2. Dave, you played Bayonetta on the Wii U.
Okay, so Bayonetta 1 and 2 is everything I don't like about video games done really, really well.
Oh, great.
So I cannot deny the fact that it's a fantastic game, inventive, creative, fascinating, beautiful. However, I reckon this is mindless gaming. It's just simply pressing buttons and killing things a lot. And
remembering
there's no
patterns.
strategy. You're basically
Yeah.
you're basically suspended in space, and there's a fixed kind of almost railroaded kind of route to take. There's no exploration. There's no stealth. No nothing. And I know that's not what they're about, but this is the genre I just cannot really put my mind to. I mean, it's brilliantly done, but I don't like the genre. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 But I think that's an okay takeaway. In
It's okay
saying
to
that,
not like stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
tried to play it like it was an exploration thing. I was
Yeah.
like walking around going, where's things? And there's like, oh, there's one. Like sometimes they'll go like, there's a barrel, you kick it, you get a thing.
Yeah.
But it's not like
Yeah.
as exciting as you wanted it to
This
be.
game
Yeah.
is like your horny uncle who was really good at game design made a game.
That's amazing.
Because
Yeah.
the gameplay, wow.
Yeah, actually
love
quite enjoyable. The
Yeah.
combat is surprisingly deep. I didn't expect it to be that.
Okay, that is true. Yeah.
Bad shots.
What?
There's a lot of bad shots. She
Oh.
Bad
makes
shots.
in the opening. She makes a lot of weird sex noises, and
Yeah.
it's just a horny. It's a little horny boys game.
You know how
It's
you-
like, oh yes, I love polygons shaped like boobs. It's like,
You do though.
then just play. When are they going to remake Leisure Suit Larry? That's what I want to know.
Now we're talking.
Basically,
There's a reboot.
now we're talking. This is like a hack and slash version of Leisure Suit Larry.
Here's my thing, because I like this game. I think it's fun,
Mm.
but also I have a really good way of playing it. If you are a bit bothered by it, if you do watch it and you go, oh, that's not super nice, doesn't
Bit
it feel
icky.
good?
Yep.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Pretend Bayonetta is a drag queen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because the whole idea of drag is that you're like, it's over the top
Fabulous.
femininity.
Yeah.
And like, if you play it and you look at Bayonetta, because she is like created by a man, yes, there were women designers in there, but she is a man's creation
Big
of a
time.
woman.
Yeah.
It kind of is a drag queen. And it's okay, because you watch it and like, this is just a great episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Yes, it's confusing.
Oh.
What's the challenge? How do you win?
Yeah.
Not sure.
What is even going on?
She needs to do
going
more. If she's a drag queen, she needs to do more death drops.
Well, she does do
She
some
does
death
do.
drops.
What?
She does do
Yeah.
one of the biggest in the beginnings of Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
She does a huge death drop,
Yeah.
and she's fierce AF.
Oh,
And hair reveals are a big thing in drag racing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Right.
you reveal hair,
That's
and her
true.
whole thing is hair.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just think this is secret drag queen game.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's my fan theory. It's canon now because I said it on Gamey Game, and that's the way
Now it is
the game
canon.
industry works.
By the way- by the way,
Imagine your clothes being made of pubes.
Wow, what? That's rude. That's gross.
And that's what Bayonetta is. She's the master of the pubes.
Like her suit is her hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to grow my hair long enough to be my clothes.
That,
Yeah,
that
that
would
actually
be
I feel
too
like
late.
you could get there.
Yeah.
By the way, if viewers don't know what a death drop is, would you like me to demonstrate one?
Yes.
Yes.
Please
Is
do.
there lighting and
Oh my god.
You can just do that right over here.
right here?
Do
Okay,
you
I'm
wanna
just gonna unplug my
Unplug your
ass.
microphone.
Unplug me. And thank you very much.
So no one can hear David at the moment, so I will commentate.
I'm so worried.
Hello, mate, it's David. I'm gonna do a death drop.
Do it sassier.
Oh, hello, I'm David. I'm gonna do a death drop.
Ah.
Whoa.
It's good.
Kind of.
That
Yeah.
sounded
No,
like
I
it
mean-
hurt.
Are you okay?
I heard all of my limbs at once.
It was good because in that, when she did the death drop, she landed on her coccyx and just went,
You sound like Mario.
What? You do sound like Waluigi, actually. Is this a card set?
I'm gonna win.
Am I back on board with the talking?
Yep.
That really hurt. I forgot, like, it's a concrete floor.
Yeah,
is it? Yeah,
it feels like you need
Sorry
something
about that,
more
Dave.
bouncy.
Put
Thanks
my
for
wrist-
demonstrating.
Don't apologize for him
You're right.
willingly
Luckily, I'm
doing
a
something
ninja.
stupid.
It was very good.
Oh, thank you.
I liked it.
I thought it was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Fuck you. It's going to cut up well in a preview.
It fucking
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I was just going to say one more thing, which
No.
is that it's okay.
To not like stuff.
It's okay to not like stuff,
Yeah.
but also it's okay to see a thing and criticize it and still like it.
Yeah, that's
Like I
also
feel like a
true.
lot of people are like, I either hate it or I love it.
Ooh, like Star
Yeah,
Wars
sure.
The Last Jedi.
Did you just hate it?
Sucked.
I liked. I tell you what I like. I liked
Yeah.
Bayonetta 2 a little bit better than Bayonetta 1 because A, it was slightly easier, and B,
You big Nancy.
yep, and B, it just had. It felt like they discovered colors in
Oh, yeah.
Bayonetta
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 1 is there's a lot of stuff happening. It's quite bland,
Yes.
and especially when you're just playing on this, you're
Yes.
like, man,
Yes.
I don't even know what the fuck is happening. But with Bayonetta 2, they've
I think
got
it's
more
part of the
colours.
writing as well.
No, well, in Bayonetta 2, you can at least see stuff and go, I still don't know what the fuck is happening. And I mean, I don't want to. The black character, the bartender guy, is a big stereotype.
Yeah.
He is.
But
I was just like,
there's also Enzo, who's a real Italian stereotype. That kind
Yeah,
of mafia
yeah.
guy.
Forget about it.
he says,
Yeah.
forget about it.
a lot.
The writing and the characters, I found that pretty off-putting in the first.
Yeah, it's
Bayonetta
pretty
at the
brutal.
start.
Yeah.
And may I say, how unusual of the Japanese to do an overblown Italian stereotype.
Very unusual.
That's a spicy meatball.
But talking about this on the Switch specifically, they've actually done quite a good job of optimizing it for the Switch.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah, Bayonetta 2 looks.
It looks good and it plays really well. Like the frame rate, it hit 60.
Yeah, it's good. I would go if I were to buy this, which no, I didn't hate it, to be honest, and it made me super horny.
In your dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I would just go straight to Bayonetta 2, even though I wouldn't know what's going on.
Like, people are saying, like, I'm playing Bayonetta 2, the only one I'm playing, and do I need to go back and play the first one? I've got no idea what's going on. Nobody had any idea what was going on in the first one.
No.
It's just batshit crazy.
And it doesn't matter because it doesn't. It's just about fighting.
You got guns
Yeah,
in your
you play
face,
for the action, right?
Yeah.
and you're killing demons.
At the same time, there is a lot of time. Most of this game is cutscenes.
So
Feels
many
like
cutscenes.
You're sitting there going,
Yeah, so much.
Ben handed me the game to play at one point. I was like, here, you can play. And then I just sort of became just a stand for about 10 minutes. I'm like, this is a fun game. I love it.
Yeah.
Also, when you fight, you slowly become Borat in his bathers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I like that.
Oh, right. Yeah,
right.
your
I
clothes disappear
love
as you.
Borat.
And I love my wife. Okay, no, stop it.
What would it be like
kill me.
if Michael Caine was Borat?
Hello, Borat. My wife is dead. She has a vision that's like a sleeve of wizard.
I like you. A high five. I might leave it to you.
My name is Borat. I am from Kazakhstan. Oh, goodness.
Why
That is more fun for me than it is for you.
So look, Bayonetta 1 and 2, you can buy them both. You can buy them just one or the other one if you like.
Probably don't buy the special edition, but
The special edition is not really worth
good
it.
card stock.
Yeah.
Also, I would say on the bonus, I know I have denounced this as a genre I don't like. However, spectacularly done for a genre I don't like. Willing to spend a bit of time with it. The combos are incredibly inventive. You can unlock and buy new ones as you go, and it is actually obviously not a strategic game or a tactical game, but there is a certain amount of tactics in holding back on special moves, and there's a certain really micro kind of timing to getting those combos happening, pressing the right buttons in the right sequence. Whilst he's doing one animation, you have to hit the next button, and that continues the combo in the chain. And you got these amazing torture finishers, like I think one's like an Iron Maiden, which comes out with spikes and closes on them, and there is a little bit of strategy to it.
And I think it'd be cool. It is cool as a Switch game. It kind of really fits it.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that you get a big boner on the tram. Oh no, I'm playing Bayonetta and I got a big boner.
And I
That's
can't.
what the Switch is for. You can hide it behind.
Hide your boner.
is that
Man,
what
they
that's
thought of
for?
everything
It's
with
a
this
little
thing.
privacy screen.
A stand, a boner hider.
There should be a little hole. In
Thanks,
it. You can just
Nintendo.
cover your boner properly with it.
Another remake worth a look is the Shadow of the Colossus, which was originally released for PS2 in 2005 and has been rebuilt from the ground up for the PS4 this year. It looks pretty incredible.
It's the best looking remake that we've gotten.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
far.
Agreed.
Most remakes, you're like, that clearly used to be a PlayStation 3 game that you've just kind of sharpened up, like put up the res or put up the
Yeah.
textures or whatever. This one looks like a different game.
Oh, outstanding.
It's sensational.
Yeah, outstanding.
And it looks like watching behind the scenes clips, they like the people behind it really gave a shit about it.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bit where they're like, we've got to get the hair right.
Oh.
We've got to get the hair on the beast
Oh.
right.
Well, you're
so
going to be
you
getting
can
right up
climb
there
it.
and climbing up.
A friend of mine did say that the PS2, because I never got, I was still an ex-bro at this time. I was deep into Halo and it was no good. It was a dark period for me.
I wouldn't have been able to tell by your love for Density 2.
But this game was one of the first games that, as an ex-bro, I looked over to the PlayStation. I was like, "Oh man," "Oh man, I want that game, man." That was the first one that I was like, maybe Xbox is no good or not as good. Maybe the PlayStation has something.
You sound exactly the same now as you used to, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, except now I'm a PlayStation boy. We're more refined.
Hello.
No, I don't give a shit.
Because this is exclusive to PlayStation, isn't it?
Yeah, it always has
yeah.
been, and I was always like, ah.
Yeah.
And then Uncharted came along, and I was like, ah. And then eventually I was just like, fuck it, I'll get a PS4.
And you never looked back.
Never looked back. Well, why would you? Because there are no exclusive titles
Except for Halo.
Xbox. Well, Halo, which they did a great job at.
And Gears of the War, which is a
Yeah.
bit dude bro.
Gears of
for
War,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, a bit too dude bro for me.
Oh, I got a chainsaw and a gun. Rah, give me a Monster Energy
Really
drink.
big shoulders.
Let's play Call of Duty in the nude together.
This
Sorry.
game,
I
I
like
was
Call of Duty.
Duty
weird.
thing you can do.
Yeah.
I was very excited about it. I remember
Call
I
of Duty.
would watch YouTubes of it and
Duty,
stuff like
that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Write it down.
And then I played it, and it looks amazing.
Oh, look at me. I'm Ben Russell. I played a game.
You ever played a game before?
No.
Do you know what this is?
It's a Nintendo game box.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, you won that one.
You win that one. But this looks amazing. Still plays like a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah, what did you think of the controls, the playing of it?
So the controls in the original 2005 version were a bit clunky, and they've kind of had multiple control schemes for this one. So you can actually play with the original controls if you're used to them. You can do a more modern version, and over the years, I think the control schemes have been refined to a point where we kind of have a uniform control scheme for most third-person perspective games. So
And it's better.
It's better now. But
Yeah.
if you're used
See-
to the old ones, you can do them.
The modern gaming, the controls are much smoother and very
Smoother, yeah.
kind of
Intuitive,
responsive and
if you will.
intuitive. And this is still, and even the animations still kind of are PS2-ish. It's not enough to like, it doesn't ruin the game by any standard, but it just kind of like jars you and keeps reminding you that this is an older game because the graphics sure as hell don't. The graphics make you think like this is a new game.
But
For someone
do you
like
think
me
if
that
they-
hasn't played the original
Sorry.
before.
Do you think if they changed that, would people be annoyed?
See, I was wondering this because I was playing Spyro today on PlayStation, on the original PlayStation 1.
Well.
The truth comes out at last.
Truth comes out.
73 minutes after discussing Spyro, he tells us about it.
Evan actually doesn't have any of the newer consoles. He just has a PS1.
I just got Spyro,
Never
guys.
vote past
I'm
it.
excited. But one thing that bothered me quite a lot when I was playing it was it's a third-person game like Mario and stuff like that. But the camera was like infuriating. And I know this was a problem initially with third-person platformers, that having the camera move around in a way that makes sense was a challenge for them to work out. But they've kind of worked it out now. But I was wondering if when they remake Spyro, do they change that? Like,
I feel like we've been talking about Spyro for years.
But I mean, like, do you continue? Because if you change the way it plays, then do you get a lot of criticism? People going, "Oh, it doesn't feel like the original game," or do you update it so that it feels more modern, like a modern version of that?
It's a very good question.
See,
One I don't know.
I don't know.
It depends on who. I think there's a cross section of who we're making these remakes for.
Right.
Are we making it to, like me and this game, get new people
Get new
to
people
experience
to
this game?
If they were doing that, they should have put it on another console other than
Yeah.
PlayStation. But sure.
Or are we playing it? Or are we making these games to get more money from the
From the people who bought it in the first
factor,
place. Yeah.
So that's the question. And why can't you have both? Why can't you, again, just like you can this one, have the original controls and the old, new controls? It can't be. I mean, I have no idea, but surely it can't be that difficult. Says man who has no idea about programming. But come on, games are easy.
I think this is a truly spectacular remaster, and it's a truly remarkable game. Like, it's one of the most purest games ever. I mean, do you like boss fights? Well, this is the game for you. It's just
all
literally
boss fights.
16 boss fights.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And they all have their own kind of weakness that you have to kind of observe them from a distance. And they're vast. I mean, this is the incredible thing about this game. These Colossi are
Colossus.
huge.
Yeah.
You could call them mad lads, big fellows, whatever you want to call them.
And
but
imagine
they're-
playing this on the
Big wars.
PS2. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, that would have been something. I think, you know what, games have actually progressed from 2005, obviously. And if you look
No.
at this game objectively, I think you'll find it's almost like a very fancy car that's been left derelict for a long time, and other people have come along and taken parts off it.
Very
So
much
you
so.
will recognize from this game so much. It
Yeah.
basically innovated so much that we still use today. Like
It's
Breath
like-
of the Wild
Yeah.
is
Big
like
time.
one case in point.
Art
Like the
design.
stamina,
Well-
the circle stamina,
Yep.
the way
And
you
it's
climb
interesting
and
that
lose stamina.
This game sort of came because the person who made it, or the company made it, they were inspired by Zelda. So then
That's
Zelda
fantastic.
inspired it.
Yeah, right.
And I just
You
love
can't
this
complain about
big
that.
circle of loveliness.
Yeah.
And it
It's-
does remind me of that Zelda open world.
Definitely,
sort of
and
thing.
you know the Colossi in this are definitely echoed in Breath of the Wild's divine
big
beasts.
time, big
like
time.
for example, the giant horse. I think it's the fourth Colossus you fight. That giant horse is very much like the one in the desert with the long legs,
Yeah.
and the way you kind of have to take
Called a
down
camel, Dave.
Yeah, it's called a camel dive.
a horse of the desert. Ship
They call
of the
them
desert.
ships of the desert.
Oh, flip! Do they call camels? Do they call ships camels of the sea? No.
Yes.
That's unfair.
I do.
It's not balanced
Ben
out.
does.
Only
We both do.
real nautical people do.
You're a real nautical person. I really love the cinematic camera. Like as you're galloping along,
Oh, it's real
the,
good.
the camera will actually. It's a really one of the best cameras in a game. It'll really intelligently pan out and show you the vista that you're charging towards.
Do you think
When the-
Spyro will take that on board in their remaster?
Oh, shut up.
Jesus Christ.
Spyro's bad.
Shut up
Get off
about
Spyro's
Spyro.
dick.
Spyro.
But if it had a cinematic camera that really...
I honestly would
Watching
love that.
playing this game is like watching an old movie. You ever watch like an old movie like Citizen Kane and then realized, holy shit,
That's
so
where it
many
comes from.
Simpsons episodes
Family Guy. You
taken
name it,
this out. Like
Yeah.
I've watched so many Simpsons references
Yeah.
to this moment, and I didn't know until now.
Oh.
And you play this game and you're like,
Yeah.
what? There's so
Totally.
many different
That's where it all
games.
came from.
Breath of
Yeah.
the Wild is something we've just talked about, and I think the way the creatures are created, the way they have like exoskeletons, like bones on the outside. You see that a lot in Breath of the Wild's
And look-
Divine Beasts.
Link was having a nap at the beginning. She's having a bit of a nap.
Yeah.
She's having a nap.
Yeah, she's almost like a
She
Zelda.
is a Zelda
creature,
effectively,
yeah.
yeah.
Creature,
I love the environmental storytelling and the kind of just like you're thrust into this world.
Yeah. Do you know what I think
you
was
kind of have
was big time influenced by this as well as Dark Souls?
Yeah, right.
'Cause, you start the game. There's no tutorials. Like, okay, here's your button for your sword. This is how you climb. Off you go. Figure it out on your own.
But is
and
that-
you just wander.
I felt like
Is
Journey
that-
was also kind of influenced a little
But-
bit about
Yeah,
that as
Is
well.
that because of minimalism or because I couldn't be bothered to code a tutorial?
No. I don't. I think yes. Good
Because
question.
like
and,
it would save
you know,
time. It's like,
yeah.
nah, fucking work it out yourself.
Hellblade
but-
Senua's Sacrifice was like that as well. They
think-
sort of throw
Yeah,
you in.
except
and-
Hellblade's to do a sacrifice was like they throw you in and they're like, ah!
Yeah,
That's the tutorial.
Dark
The
Souls.
tutorial is just them going, ah!
But I
And I
think
like that.
tutorials take you out of the game, and that's why I said earlier
Yeah.
on this is a pure example of a game because there's no tutorials. Like
No.
here you are, you're in this world, off you go, have a wander, explore. You get to understand it as you go,
Yeah.
as opposed to being kind of
There is-
handheld.
There is no
through-
hand holding in
no
this
no
game.
hand holding like Dark Souls, and I think basically there's no inventory. There's not. You don't have to collect 50 types of insect.
And it's
to
so
blend
refreshing
together.
to not have to like.
You got
It's kind of refreshing to just have a game where you go, this is just pure gameplay.
Pure game. You get a sword and a bow and arrow, and that's it. You don't need to worry about your inventory, picking up, upgrading weapons. And I miss that. I miss that simplicity, and I think it's wonderful.
That's my dog.
Hello, Bobo. Hello, Slimmy. No, you can't have any beer.
Come over here.
Come on around.
So we have a dog on Gamey.
Doggy, doggy, dog, coming soon.
This is one of the first games that was that like that. I can't go on. You're upstaging me.
You can't compete with that sort of
No,
cuteness.
you can't.
No.
You can't do that.
Hello.
This is
Welcome
50
to the
cats.
show.
In
Hello,
case,
Hello,
In
Fiddy.
case that
in
whole
case that
section
whole
is edited.
section got edited where 50 cats came on again.
Little kisses on my hand.
She's a really
Little
nice dog.
kisses. You're a very pretty
She's a miniature
girl.
Dachshund.
She's a
I reckon
little
50
pretty
has
girl.
probably
Hello.
experienced a lot of gaming too. Like,
dear.
just watched you
She
playing
certainly
it.
has, and she sits there and goes. But she got real horny when I played Bayonetta.
She couldn't hide her sploosh.
No.
What?
Oh, jeez.
If you liked Eco, if you liked the recent Last Guardian, this is a great game for you. And honestly, it is one of the greatest games of all time. The thrill of taking down a Colossus is immense because you got to observe these things from afar. You got to be very careful. You got to figure out their patterns. You got to take risks.
Yeah.
And then when you overcome them, finally figure out the puzzle of each one and take them down.
Yeah.
It's incredibly satisfying.
This game is one of those games that even if you don't sort of play it a huge amount, like for me, it's going to be one of those games where I'm not going to just binge it. I'm going to slowly
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
crack on through. It's one of those games where any kind of gamer should have this in their collection, if only because it is a classic game.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I ask some basic questions?
Yes.
Because I haven't played the game.
Okay.
So
You
there's,
basic bitch.
there are I've obviously heard a lot about it. I've read a lot about it. I'm wondering what are you doing in the game? Most of it. So there's 16 enemies.
Galloping.
What
You're galloping?
between is it basically like find the next one? Kill,
yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
any having to collect things? Is
No.
there any,
No,
there's no
that's the beauty of
experience
it.
points. There's no
There
levels.
are swords that you can collect if you want to go hunting, but they're
Yeah.
by no means
Well, yeah.
Are there
really
extra
needed.
weapons? Are you using the same weapons?
using the
throughout?
same weapons. You don't have to collect arrows.
Do you
Yeah.
get anything for killing the bad guy? Like the
Yeah,
one
your,
the
your
Colossi?
stamina goes up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
and what
then-
does that give you?
Well, as the stamina goes up, you can climb higher.
Yeah,
and
it's like
higher and
Zelda.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, for
yeah.
example, the temple that you start in, where your love is lying prostrate, is that a good word? to
See,
use
it's a great-
publicly?
it's a great word.
So she's lying, whatever. Anyway, that tower, you can climb it. But I did some research. To get enough stamina to climb all the way up the top of this tower that you start in, you need to do 4 playthroughs.
What?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Memes.
Speaking of
Memes,
that's
old
true.
memes.
like it.
how long
Resurrecting them, yes.
is
Anyway.
it? Would you say it's a slow-paced game?
Oh yeah, it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely paced like a game from 2005.
Yeah, and it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, sure.
had a frustrating time with the sword man. You know how you do it, and then you'd have to grab onto a sword.
I bloody love that one though. However,
It
there
is
was
good,
a
but it's
very
fucking frustrating.
The most frustrating thing about that Colossus was the jump that you have to do
Onto
before.
his leg.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that one, yes!
How many times did you do
Oh
that
my
jump?
god!
Oh, that jump.
I thought I was fucking up, so I had to go and YouTube it, and I was
Yeah.
like, and they were like,
Yeah, yeah.
"Yeah," and I was like, no, that's exactly how you're doing it. I'm just
I'm
an
just
idiot.
because just so the viewers know, and Evan, of course,
Yeah, yeah.
and both of you. So you on the third Colossus, and you have to fight them in order, which I don't love, but you do have to fight
Yeah,
them
right.
in order. I guess it makes sense because they scale in difficulty and they teach you new
I
things.
like this guy. That guy's your first Colossus.
Yeah,
He's
again,
pretty-
I don't
he's
understand
pretty
what the
straightforward.
jet black steam coming out of their heads is.
That's Shadow.
Okay, cool.
That's
and then it
Shadow.
goes
Shadow
into your
of
eyes.
the Colossus.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that's the shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this jump, just so you're aware, it's a bloody ball breaker. So you go up like a curvy bit of outcrop,
Yeah.
and then there's like a pillar, a square pillar, and then there's that circular disc where that Colossus
Yeah,
is.
the
number 3.
arena, if you will.
And so you have to do the worst thing in video game history. These are the worst things to do. You got to do a diagonal jump onto something that's dead straight ahead. So
Yeah.
you diagonally jump, and then you got to be grabbing onto it this way. So what you have to do is you have to run diagonally, full pelt, right to the edge. You could fall in if you leave it too long.
And if you fall in, it takes you so long. He is not
Because you're
he
swimming.
is not
you
a
gotta
fast
swim
swimmer.
back. It's so annoying. I did it, I swear, 10 times, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm about to throw this controller through the window.
I did. I stepped away for a bit after.
You just had a bit of a moment.
So in conclusion, to wrap up, you guys obviously you really enjoyed playing this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good game, but it won't make you horny.
Okay.
So if you're looking at getting a big horn, getting a big stiff,
Bayonetta.
go Bayonetta
Yeah,
first.
right. Okay.
Or
What
Spiral.
if you turned on by real big things?
Or Spyro.
You guys sound like you're turned on by small things.
yeah, it's true.
What's with that?
If super big things turn you on,
Then come to my house. I really liked this. I think this is a great remaster. Wouldn't go buying a PS4 just because of it.
No.
However, if you've got one, you should get this.
I'd buy a PS2 because of it. Because you'd probably get it for cheap.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
They're
Like
harder to
12
find
bucks.
though. My PlayStation is not working very well after all these years, so I don't know. Buyer beware if you buy a PlayStation 2 these days. You just don't know if it's going to work.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers to that. Where are you at, Sony? Come back at us with a big apology.
And free products.
Your 10-year-old machine is not working anymore. Riddle me
It's
that.
super good.
It's more than 10 years.
How old is it? No, it is more than 10
It's
years.
real.
Well, this came out in 2005, which is 13
Makes me
years
feel
ago.
old.
You're so old. That's all for this week. On that
No,
note,
to end on.
if you enjoy the show, why not consider supporting us on Patreon?
$20 for Lewd Waluigi.
Yep, I'll get nude
That's
and
cheaper than
I'll
it was earlier in the episode.
Yeah, he's not worth 50.
$5 for nude rabid Luigi.
$50
you
for
can go
50.
to
No, she's not for sale.
Yay!
you
Favorite
can go
person
to
in the show.
patreon.com/gamegame or gamegame.com/Patreon
Sorry.
and sign up.
Do you want to do a drop to show us out?
It hurts.
One last
No,
drop.
I know, that's why I liked it. Hello, I'm Dave Callan. I'm about to do a drop and I'm about to hurt myself because I'm an old man.
Oh.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
You've hurt your coccyx? Both coccyxes.
I feel like,
Coxeye.
well,
Sorry.
Shadow of the coccyx.